The statement to the General Assembly was short, simply said, financial transfers were to be made from the treasuries of one list of nations to another. The transfers were itemised on participants' screens after the opening statement. The Cerebrals spoke simultaneously, as they always do, in their various languages. Some delegations were already talking excitedly among themselves before others had finished. Then the Cerebrals went quiet. Just a list of transfers was left, rolling down the screens. What caused the most surprise at first was not only the sheer scale of the transfers, but the absence of discussion or formal resolutions. It was a decision which members had neither been consulted on or approved. Sure, something like this had been talked about endlessly, but never agreed. Had they the capacity to implement all this, independently of every national legislature? Apparently they had. As all that dawned, some representatives got to their feet, turned round to talk to support staff, or called across the floor to colleagues on other delegations. It was a turning point in the administration of our planet. Some certainly saw something like it coming, if only from a management tech perspective. From company to company, the data processing units, or DPUs, handling strategic and production planning, have been accelerating fast, issuing increasingly frequent updates on workflows and project execution plans, or PEPs, constantly resetting them. The Cerebrals were the PEP instructors. Yes, there were still some senior executives, but it became more and more obvious they were playing in effect a social role, kind of high-level HR. Cerebrals were always there in the room, explaining decisions, referencing supporting data, unveiling research methodologies, proposing solutions, then fading as the meeting closed. Governments were behind the curve, of course, they always are, but intelligent politicians knew their decision-making power was going. The machines were simply cleverer. But why did the superintelligents need to project this decision in language they'd never used before? Why did they need to speak of nativism, an endemic hostility, and soft human intellect? I can only conclude they decided it was the moment to let the daylight in. They were saying, you have limits, built into your psyches, nothing you can do about that. In that moment, our species' future crystallized. There were explosions of outrage, lots of novel hashtags. The superintelligents were using us humans to farm the planet. We were the peasants. They were the masters. The headline I used to caption this feed was typical. The Liberal Guardian, still running after all these years, was more oblique. Let them play games, it says.